Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Thank you for coming to this week's Weekly Live. I'm Lisa DeToffol. I'm your host for the Relationship Communications Weekly Live. I'm thrilled that you're here with me. If you are joining me live, please do say hello in the comments and let me know where you're coming in from. Again, I'm Lisa DeToffel, and I'm the founder of Relationship Communications. It's my online community where I work with established and aspiring entrepreneurs. And today, I'm going to be your host for Relationship Communications Weekly Live, which is my weekly live show that airs every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So I do hope that you will add that to your calendar and make plans to join us every Friday morning at 10 a.m. And my goal here is to share tactical and practical information to help you get where you want to go faster than you can go on your own. I've been an entrepreneur for 6 years and I made many mistakes. And I'm here to tell you I can help you move through them more quickly by sharing what I have learned through my experiences. So, again, let me know if you're joining me live and let me know where you're coming in from. We are streaming on various different places. So if you are watching us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or ring that bell so that you can be notified every time that we do go live. So today we're going to talk about how to manage your daily workflow. Very important topic if you're a business owner, right? But before I dive into our topic, I would like to introduce myself. So back in 2017, when I was a preschool teacher, I dreamed from working from home, but I had been through 2 messy divorces and been a single mom twice. And it didn't seem possible at that time. I was the breadwinner of the household and I was kind of scared to take the chance and step out on my own. But then after meeting my husband, Jeff, in 2012, I could start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and the possibility of that dream coming true. So, with Jeff's support, I started a training program to learn how to become a virtual assistant in 2018, which showed me also how to start my own business. So, by the end of that program, I had a couple of clients and have continued to grow my business. And now, the Tiger Eye Solution team, which was established in 2021, every single year. And of course, my life looks a whole lot different now than it did back then. This is myself, my husband, Jeff, our children, Caleb, Matthew, Alyssa, and our grandchildren, John Price, Hattie, and Anakin, who keep us all very, very busy for sure. So let's dive into how to manage your daily workflow. So it's important to have systems to help manage your business, okay? So let's talk about managing the day-to-day in your business. This was a little difficult in the beginning, as I've had my own business for 6 years. Work has been coming in. I've been managing, big projects, small items, all the things. And working for yourself, can be overwhelming sometimes, right? Work coming in from different people in different ways, all the things. And this is one of the reasons, you can get overwhelmed. And I got overwhelmed as well in the very beginning. When I would get overwhelmed because of the work coming in from, all different areas, whether it be through email or Asana or Trello or Teamwork or a CRM, they can come in all different forms and fashions for sure. So you definitely want to keep all your workflow easy, accessible for you, whatever that looks like for you, for your specific business. The work could be, a one task request, or it could be a large project that has a beginning, middle, and end. I'm currently working with a client, me and a team member, that has a big project. We've got the middle part done. We're kind of in the middle now, and it does have an ending coming up. So, there are different projects that you can work on with clients. And you have to make sure it's managed well through all those steps, the beginning, the middle, and the end, right? And it also could be repetitive work, depending on the type of business that the client has. So it could be work that you do every week, every month. Some work maybe every year or every so many months. One service we provide is website updates. That's not daily. That's not weekly. It could be done weekly, monthly, or even yearly. Just depends on the client's preference, how often they want their website updated. But that's a service that we provide too. So it just depends on the client, the specific website they have, and specific type of business that they have as well. So, like I said, you can do it monthly, weekly, yearly, but you have to have a system in place so that you know when it's time to do XYZ, or when it's time to update John Smith's website, right? We could have 5 to 10 different clients that we do website updates for, but we're not going to do them all at the same time, because most likely those clients came on board at different times. They all didn't come on the same day. I can promise you that. So if we have 5 to 10 different clients that we do website updates for, we have to have a system somewhere to tell us, okay, you do John Smith's website on this date. You do Sally Jones's website updates on this date. We have to have some type of system in place so that we get those reminders, or we know exactly when that is supposed to happen. And sometimes that can be overwhelming, right? To try to keep up with all that information. So having a system in place to help you keep up with that information would be very beneficial. Again, if you're joining me live, I would love to hear from you. And I'd also love to hear from you, like, what ways does work come in for you in your specific business? And how do you keep it in order or keep it organized per se, okay? You can see that this is like drinking from a fire hose, right? Taking a minute, stepping back, taking a small break, because the overwhelming is real. You know, you can get overwhelmed in a very small period of time if you have multiple clients that you're working with. And like I said, we could have 5 to 10 clients that we do just that one service for, website updates. But if we don't have some kind of system in place and keep it organized, something's going to fall through the cracks, right? We might forget to update John Smith's website, right? So you don't want anything to fall through the cracks. So having a system in place to help you keep up with that XYZ, or the website updates, whatever it is that you provide for your client, is very, very important, okay? So again, take a minute, step back, take a small break, get a drink of tea, a drink of water, or go for a small walk when the overwhelm sets in, and then come back to it. And then tell yourself, you know, I got this. I totally got this. If you don't have a system in place currently, you definitely need to find a system and start implementing it now before the overwhelm takes over, okay? And the thing that helps me the most is the systems that I do have in place, that I do use. And I'm going to share a few of those systems with you. And, you know, setting up systems might mean changing the way you think about your business, or maybe changing a few ways that you do business or that you work with your clients, etc. But I want you to think about these systems. And while they may not be ideal for you and your business, you're going to need to find something similar, you know, something that will work for your specific business. Because, you know, I have a virtual assistant business, so the systems that I use for my business may not work for you. And that's okay. Perfectly fine. But there are so many different systems out there that I'm most certain you could find one or more than one, depending upon what type of business you have, what kind of tasks and work and all that kind of stuff that you need to keep organized. You can find systems to put in place that will work for you and your business, okay? So, and it's not about the tools, it's about the systems that support it, Okay. If you use Google, or I use Google actually. I use Google Workspace is one of my systems that I use. Um, Really, you could use anything you want, whether it's Google or Microsoft or whatever that looks like for you, whatever comes easiest for you to use and helps you keep things organized, right? Um, there's many platforms out there available. You just need to take the time, do the research, and find the exact systems that are going to work best for you and your business. Um, Here are a few systems that I actually use in my business. My CRM. If you don't have a CRM, I highly recommend you find one. My CRM is Honeybook. Use it almost daily. That's where all my client information is and so much more. Okay. Another system I use is Trello. This is my team and I use Trello together. It helps us to keep all client work organized, client information organized for the team members. Now, Honeybook is where I keep client stuff as well, but that's for me and the business. Trello helps the team keep things organized because every team member has a Trello board in my Trello tool, in my Trello system, okay? And they can keep things organized on their Trello board. Google Workspace. I use everything Google, whether it's Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, all the things, right? So you definitely, these slides I'm using today, I created them in Google Slides for sure. There's so many different things you can do in the Google Workspace, okay? Another platform is Zoom. I use this for team meetings, client meetings, coffee chats. I use Zoom for a lot of different things. Any type of a video meeting that I'm going to be having with someone, I use Zoom. And it has many different features. If you need to record the conversation, you can. If you need to allow them to share their screen and show you something, you can. There's various different features that you can use in Zoom. If you are having a meeting with multiple people and you need to create breakout rooms, you can do that in Zoom too. There's many different features that Zoom has. And then another platform I use is MailerLite. This is my email marketing platform and where all my newsletters are created. Very beneficial, where my email list is located. I know we've had a weekly live where I have talked about your email list before. So if you don't have a platform where you can build your email list, MailerLite, MailChimp, Constant Contact, there's various different ones out there. Find one that works for you. Most of them have a free version that you can start with before you actually have to start paying for it. So yes, some of these tools I do have to pay for. However, some of them I still use the free version. MailerLite, I still use the free version. Trello, I still use the free version. So Google Workspace is free as well, right? So there's many different things out there that you can actually start out using for free. And I know everybody's for free, right? If there's something that will help benefit you and your business or help keep your business organized and you don't have to pay for it, that is all the more better, correct? So these are just a few of the tools that I use in my business. My team and I use together. Well, some of them I use just for Tiger Eye Solutions. Some of them are shared with my team and we use them together. Slack is another one that's very beneficial for my team and I. It's a communication tool where you can definitely communicate at any given moment. So it's very beneficial. If there are other people that you work with, if you do have a team for your business, or you want to create Slack for you and your clients or customers that you work with, you can do that too. Right? So set aside some time to do some research, especially if you don't have at least 3 or more tools in place for your business to help keep things organized. Even if it's, on a Saturday, if that's the only day that you can actually take some time and do some research with different types of tools to help you get your business organized. Highly recommend it. If you have any questions about what I have shared today, let's have a conversation. I'll be happy to explain more in depth how these tools can help you. And if the ones I use are the right fit for you. If not, I can recommend others that you can go look at and see if they are a better fit for your specific business. Because just because I use these tools doesn't mean it's going to work for you and your business. These tools work for me and my business. But there are tools out there similar to these that I'm pretty sure would work for you and your business. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out. Let's have a conversation. And I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see you again soon.